season for the Grizzlies, their first trip to the Western Conference Finals. So to Lionel Hollins, the players, and the entire organization, our congratulations. We find ourselves in the room with the San Antonio Spurs, who find themselves back in familiar position. With us to present Peter Holt with the Western Conference Championship Trophy. Please welcome one of the all-time great Spurs, the man of 1,000 posters, George the Iceman Gervin, the Hall of Famer. George.
Thank you. Peter, congratulations to you and all Spurs. Well,
Congratulations, Peter.
Thank you.
I think in our society we admire excellence when it's sustained excellence more so. What has allowed this organization in a very competitive NBA to maintain this level?
Well, it's just that the whole group has been together for so long. The stability and ability of our players, our coaches, front office, back office. It's a terrific place to play. San Antonio's got the best fans. I know lots of teams say that, but we do. And that's why we've been able to play year after year after year at the level we are.
You've got an organization that talks an awful lot about character. How much of the character of guys like Tim Duncan, Manu Ginobili, Greg Popovich play a part in this team's success?
Well, look at it. I mean, Memphis play is tough. I mean, it's going to end up looking like 4-0, but remember, 2 of those games were overtimes that just any shot could have made a difference. So it belongs to all of us. And the fans of San Antonio, we love you, and we're glad we're going to the championship. Absolutely.
Congratulations. Tim Duncan, you have 4 championships. You're a multiple-time MVP, but throughout the course of this season and the playoffs, you have been driven. Why so driven to win this next championship?
We want to get back there, and we've had some really close years where we feel we're right on the verge of kind of getting back, and it seems like it's been forever since we've been here. So everybody's been really focused, really driven, and then Pop's been pushing us all year to try to get back to this point.
Tony Parker has said he considers you like a brother. What has it been like for you to watch his evolution as a player and drive this team to this point?
He's been amazing. He's every year he gets better and better and better. And I told him I'm just riding his coattails. He's been carrying us, and you see tonight where he just takes over and just handles the entire game. He's awesome.
Tim, congratulations. Gentlemen, celebrate. Congratulations. Mike Green.
Another example of when the Spurs, when they win with grace, and they win with humility. It's always been the case for them, and the congratulations that they send out immediately to the Memphis Grizzlies. So impressive, Jeff. They get the sweep in the first round. They were really tested against Golden State in the second round, and 2 difficult overtime games, but get the sweep, and here they are back in a familiar place. Last time, 07. It's amazing how, even though they've won championships, how hungry they still are.
Yeah, it's understated greatness to me, and it starts from ownership down through management and to the great Greg Popovich as a coach. And then obviously you don't win at that level for so long without incredibly talented, selfless players, and they have every component you need to have one of the great runs in NBA history.
And this run includes an electrifying performance here tonight by Tony Parker.
Well, his improvement, he came into the league as a supremely gifted ball handler and finisher. Right off the bat, he could do that, but he couldn't do this, which is consistently make teams pay with the jump shot. The layup game, the paint game was always there, but this he's worked long and hard for, and now he can lay claim to being as good as anybody at his position in the league.
Not just the 37 points, but how efficient it was, 15 of 21. So they advance, and again, a difficult ending for the Memphis Grizzlies after such a successful season. It'll be interesting to see what happens again, starting with Lionel Hollins, who's been so vital in improving every year. Their best season ever. Will he be back, or will he be coaching somewhere else?
I mean, think about it. When you talk stability, you've got the Spurs. Same head coach with the same star for so very long. And now, after a run to the Western Conference, your question to me is, will they choose to retain the head coach who's helped develop them from a horrible team into a very good team? The answer to me sounds so obvious. Of course they should. Will they? that remains to be seen.
We'll see, and we'll see how San Antonio does in the finals, whether it's Indiana or whether it's Miami. That, of course, still to be determined in the Eastern Conference Finals. Western Conference Finals, 4 straight for San Antonio. They'll get a long break before June 6th in Game 1. Right now, let's go to the countdown, guys, right here at the FedEx Forum.
Thank you, Mike. You can call them boring if you want. You can call them vanilla, but you better call them champions, because all they do is win. 14 seasons, this will be the 5th NBA Finals for the San Antonio Spurs after a 93-86 victory in Game 4, a sweep. The first one in the Western Conference Finals since 2001 when the Lakers swept the Spurs. Magic, you were impressed the entire game with what San Antonio was doing, no matter how many times Memphis tried to claw their way back in this game. What impressed you most?
Well, first of all, let's start with best in class as an organization, and then excellence. Tony Parker, to play this great, 2 times, back-to-back on the road, I'm talking about. Him to come in here and say, you know what, I'm going to put the team on my back, and I'm going to personally win this game for us. He put on a show. He had been, Jalen, doing a great job as a floor general, getting everybody involved and himself, but tonight he knew he had to score 37 points for them to win, and that's what he came up with. Just a great and awesome performance.
In the 2010 Western Conference playoffs, Tony Parker was benched for George Hill. As a basketball fan, don't sell him short calling him one of the top point guards in the league. He's one of the best players in the entire league. He makes this team go. He creates for everyone, gives up good shots to get great shots. Manu Ginobili has one of the worst games he's ever had. But it won't matter because he has Tony Parker to lean on.
First of all, I'm glad the Spurs won because that was an officiating debacle. And I think I would have gotten fired if the Grizzlies won the game. Best part in the series, Tony Parker. Biggest mistake. He waited too long to play Pondexter and Darrell Arthur, too. I thought those guys actually gave them big minutes in the second half. Where were those guys for 4 games? Pondexter played 34 minutes. I was saying after Game 2 they should be playing him before. Tayshaun Prince is done. You can't play him.
He got 2 more years on his contract, Tayshaun?
Yeah, he does. Prince, Tony Allen, Bayless dueling 8 for 29. All of those shots were wide open. They were giving them those shots. They still went 8 for 29. That's why the Grizzlies
but then they're not good enough, Bill.
Yeah.
And that's what we saw, which is why one of us picked one of Spurs to win this series.
You did.
Now that I got that out of the way. Well, seriously, I mean, all that's well taken. And let me tell you something. I thought Memphis tonight in some ways played better than I expected. Because it looked like they were getting thrown out of here, and they just kept coming back, and they had a certain tenacity to me, which speaks well of Memphis.
Yeah.
But the Spurs, on a night, seriously, you're right about that, Jalen. I've never seen Manu Ginobili play an NBA game this poorly. He was dreadful. The turnovers just seemed to come in torrents. I don't know how many they officially assessed him with turnovers. Like he had about 6 or 7, but they kept getting layups. Tony Parker kept producing plays. Magic and so you kept saying, it doesn't matter what happens with Ginobili and all these other guys, Parker's going to win a game.
You just sense it. He had it going. Nobody could stop him off that pick and roll play. He just kept being patient. What I'm impressed with, Jalen, is the fact that he's smarter now. He's patient now. And so he reads the situation. And then the thing that makes the Spurs better now, Splitter's better. So now Tim Duncan can get some rest.
In sports,